This video app review is brought to you by the iPhoneAppReview.com.
Hey, what's up guys? Philip Chan here for the iPhone app review. Today we're going to take a look at an app called Bon Voyage, Travel, Budget, and Expenses by App Solutions. This app is available for the full version, $1.99 through iTunes. You can see the main screen located here. And it also has a free version with limited features if you're interested in just checking it out before purchasing it. Okay, so what this app is basically an expense tracker and reporter app to help you keep track of how much you're going to be spending on different trips. There's a ton of different features here, a lot of customization options, and just a lot of ways you can keep track of your finances when you're kind of, you have a budget and you don't want to go out there and spend all your money on just one trip. You actually have to live within your means. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the things that Bon Voyage offers, and here we go. Alright, so initially you'll plan your trip here. Then you can add expenses here, look at the overall layout here on the dashboard, and also there's a neat checklist feature. This is just an additional thing where, let's say, and I'll go into that really quickly, let's say that you want to make sure you don't forget anything on your next important trip. I've already made one list here called packing. We'll add a checklist, let's call it test. Okay, and on this checklist you can then say, hey, I've already done this, I've already done that. We got everything from passports, photos, camera, taxi, toiletries, travel tickets, visas, loads of stuff. You tap it, you can go ahead and check that off. You can say date, time, add notes, lots of details here. This is just a side thing on the app. It's a neat feature, I really like it, but the main part of this app is here. For Bon Voyage, first you've got to add a trip. You see I've added one to Denver here. You got the dates, you got if it's business or whatever else, location, how much your finances are. I have it at US dollars, 1,000 right now. You can set in different currencies as well. And let's go ahead and show you a little bit of that here. Tap that. Here's all the customization options. Really neat here. Total budget, location, trip type, start date, end date, etc. Hit save. Now let's go ahead and add expenses to this trip. Okay, so this is one that's supposedly going to be in the future. Right now we've got accommodations, food, car rentals, entertainment, and flight. I put down flight, 250, accommodations, 250, food, 200, car rental, about 100, entertainment, 150. We've got all that here. At the top we have month to date, year to date, and all. Really neat. Let's add another expense to this trip. You can set the which trip it is right here. We selected Denver because that's the trip I have. Destination. Set what day it'll be on, even add, this is a really neat feature, I really like this one here. See this? You can add a photo of a receipt or something else from your photo library for your camera. I'll show you some of those in a second. And that's a great way to keep track of these expenses. And then put in how much it is. And expense type, accommodations, we'll say this is for clothing. Lots of different options here. Whoopsie. Okay, so you go ahead and put in the expense, and we're going to say this is just, let's say $550 for clothing. It's probably a little low. Hit save, boom, it gets added. Okay, so now we have all those expenses. Let's actually see how that all adds up. Hit your dashboard. This is where the action really happens. Here's this trip it shows. You can add many different trips and check the budget on all of them. Total budget, total expense, and whoa, look at that, perfect. Expense budget's 1,000, expenses 1,000. I'm good to go. Now, if you want a little better breakdown here, just go ahead and tap that. Look at this great infographic that pops up. Really neat pie chart here. Clearly keeps track of all this. I really like that. It's basically a neat graph that shows you how the breakdown is here, with accommodation being in the red, food in the green here, and even better, which is something I really like in this app, is a PDF export option. Tap that right there. Let's say you need to keep track of all your expenses made for a business trip or something reported back to the office. This has a great breakdown here. You can email it to yourself, you can send it to a printer, and even if you added a receipt in, it'll also show up at the very bottom. This is just a sample receipt, it's just an image I added. You can even tap that, you have it right there. You can zoom in as needed. Not only do you get an app here that tracks your expenses, it also puts it into a great format, easily looks professional. You can export it and give it to whoever you need to for reimbursement or whatever to show that you actually spent this on a trip. Really neat feature, I really like that. So this is Bon Voyage. That's some of the main features here on this app. It's available for $1.99 with a free version as well. I showed you the checklist, there's some expenses, the dashboard options. There's also under this right here, you can change some of the different settings for your trips. Also, you can password protect your stuff and backup restore. There's some cloud syncing options here to help you protect your files. Great app. I really like it. It is a little expensive. Aside from that, it's got professional layout, has a lot of really neat, useful features, and I think it's one I'll definitely be using to help keep track of trips. If you just need some basic trip tracking tools with a lot of customization options, Bon Voyage got you covered. Alright guys, Philip Chan, iPhone app review, solid 4 out of 5 app guys. Later.